Hello everyone and thank you for coming to my channel. For the new viewers, welcome, and for my old friends, welcome back. I am your host Eddie George, and today I would like to talk about financial system, how it works in the world, and about fiat money. So let's not waste any time and proceed to the content. Since the beginning of mankind, people trade goods. These goods, they were coming from their land, so since the beginning their first investment was land. There was no money or any general form of value like we have today, dollar or gold or oil. So people were trading goods between them. I have oats and eggs, you have corn and meat, so we were trading. After a while, when gold was discovered, gold became valuable. It was used in jewelry, and it was used as a symbol of wealth along with the land. Time passed for centuries, so value of gold was increasing. At that time was no banks. The first information that we have about a bank was from 2000 BC in Sumeria, India. This institution, if you can call it like that, was lending grains to farmers, and at the time of harvest, they were getting the grains back plus some interest, of course, in grains. In ancient Rome, banks were more advanced due to their civilization. We cannot find, at that time, we can find coins of gold, silver, bronze, copper. After years, in 7th century, Bank of China, if you can call it a bank, issued the first paper money. It was easier to carry than gold. It was guaranteed from China emperor, so it was official. In 1800, Rothschild, a very wealthy family from England, formed their first bank. After a short time, he asked the King of England to get the banks in England under his administration, and he will guarantee prosperity to the crown. At this time, we have the first private bank controlled monopoly of a country. Let's move to United States. In 1913, after so many blockades and uncertainty that it was at the time, Congress of US with President Wilson at that time formed Federal Reserve. It was private public financial institution backed by government. So it is kind of like Vatican inside Italy. It is what we can call it today a state inside another state. It was created by the Congress, provide the nation with safer, more flexible, and more stable monetary and financial system. At the original Federal Reserve Bank was most powerful banks at that time in the United States. Morgan Stanley, Rockefeller, JP Morgan, Chase. There are rumors about Rothschild and other influencers and other kings being part of the process. I don't know for sure. Okay, after this long history lesson, let's move forward and understand how a system works. Federal Reserve is the central bank of United States. They lend money to commercial banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, and the other ones. They become like dealers. So now you ask, hold on, but this institution was at the origin at the Federal Reserve. True, but things changed from 1913. At that time, Federal Reserve was having the ability to print money when gold was getting in their possession. In few words, Federal Reserve was a banking association serving and working under Congress laws. So the principle was simple. People of the country need money to survive or to prosper. They trade their time with the company or the place of work where they are, and they were getting paid when the week or 2 weeks finished. They spend the money after that for rent or mortgage, foods, and any other necessities. So you get paid and you spend it. So it's a circle. The company sells product, the company that you work, sells the product that you produce, and they get paid. At one point, you or a company wants to progress or spend more that has as a liquidity. So here comes the credit. Credit helps the person who needs it, and it takes a loan. You take a loan promising you will pay the bank. Bank, it takes a risk loaning your money, so because of that, they charge you interest. We all know that. Okay, how the system works with Federal Reserve. Let's say a bank needs more money to lend for people or their clients. Usually they sell mortgage to Federal Reserve. For these, banks get loans from Federal Reserve at a lower rate that you get your mortgage. Federal Reserve loans money to big banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, so long. These big banks loan money to smaller banks, credit unions, small lenders, or small lending companies. It sounds like a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. Well, it is. But this is the system, and it's nothing that we can do about it. We accept it. In this system, everyone is connected and everyone is happy. Did you know for any dollar you spend or it's deposit in the bank, it creates a $4? Let's continue. From the creation of the Federal Reserve, the dollar value was calculated in gold. The whole world transaction, they were calculated in gold. It was hard to move so much gold between countries, or it was taking more time to do so. Federal Reserve advised the Congress and President Nixon to switch from gold to a unique form of international transactions, the dollar. From 1971, gold is not anymore parity or used as convertibility between governments or banks. Well, from this moment, things start to go bad for the whole world economy. Why, you might be asking? Dollar became so strong, and because of that, to be printed by Federal Reserve as a fast rate to keep up with demand. Did you know since 1913, when Federal Reserve was created, dollar lost probably 97 to 98% of its value? At that time, median income was $13,000 a year, and an ounce of gold was traded just for $20. So you would get paid 650 ounces of gold per year. Today, median income is $70,000. Gold is traded about $2,000. So today, if you will get paid in gold, you will get only 35 ounces per year. Not too much, right? Since the 1971, dollar became less valuable. Prices began to rise, especially in real estate and gold. Now the economy is kept from collapsing by printing infinite amount of dollars. Infinite. The only thing that holds the dollar is faith from people in the dollar as a federal note and the government. In the normal economy, money are printed by central banks only when it's necessary. Banks ask for a loan from central bank to bring liquidity to clients, to buy homes, cars, etc. When it is so much demand, the money to spend on goods, central bank brings money. In our time is different. Unemployment rate is higher, productivity is lower, spending is higher, credit debt is higher. The Fed can indeed create money out of thin air. To be more precise, it does so by just typing on a computer. This was illustrated with its quantitative easing program, also known as open market operations. That's when the institution, the Feds, they buy an asset, mortgage, or something else that is backed from a financial institution and pays for it with money it simply creates from nothing. To explain this, you apply for a mortgage loan, bank loans the money, and it sells you the loan to the Feds. Then Feds print money from nothing. They turn this loan to a security bond, which is a form of government guarantee. Then Fed sells this to the investors. So they create money from nothing and gets in return money from investors buying the security mortgage. It's a double win for them with no risk for them. Money, what was printed for the loan, gets in circulation and creates about 4 times from the time of printing. I am not trying to bring negativity about anything. I just explain how the system works. If central banks increase the money supply, it can create inflation. The worst possible scenario for a central bank is that its quantitative easing strategy causes inflation without the intended economic growth. An economic situation where there is inflation but no economic growth is called stagflation. This is happening right now. Stock market is increasing the value of assets, stocks, while productivity is very low. That is why I prepare myself for what has to come. How? Reduce my spending and increase my portfolio in assets that have higher potential in the future. Saving money in banks, it has no reason, because Fed's lending at a low rate, banks will provide a low rate for people who are saving in the bank. Information provided here is just an explanation of actual system. It is your job to accept the reality and get prepared. With these words, I leave you, my friends, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Knowledge is power. It creates wealth. Take care, be safe.